Shall we start? Am I audible? He is audible?
Hello, am I audible?
You heard Kapil is essentially, for in layman's terms, he's a cybersecurity czar. He's a cybersecurity expert. We were chatting just a while back. Till about a few years back, say 5 years, 7 years, cybersecurity is what the geeks and the nerds did with corporations and companies and governments, But increasingly now, with everyone having a smartphone in hand, cybersecurity is a concern for everyone. For elderly, for children, for students, for everyone. And with AI coming into the scene, it has multiplied, like with everything else, 10x or 100x, right?
Yes.
So, let's have this conversation, Kapil, and try to understand how it is impacting an already difficult situation with cybersecurity in our in times of IoT, Internet of Things, everything from your telephone to your television set to your refrigerator to your air conditioner, everything is connected, right? And the cyber breaches are a concern. Tell us how complicated the already difficult situation of cybersecurity has become because of AI.
Okay, so if you see, we have already outnumbered, connected systems have already outnumbered human population by a ratio of 4:1. If you actually count connected system, overall world's population plus automotive, automobiles plus all the animals, all together, humans have, connected systems have already outnumbered the human system. That's one trend. The second trend is amount of data we are producing every day can fill 200 million 128 GB smartphones every day. So that's the amount of data and connectivity coming into picture. Now, 4 years back, if I ask my parents, they'll say cybersecurity is your concern, IT people concern, none to do with me. But today he's concerned. He's concerned with the calls coming to him. It's concerned about digital arrest. There's so many things happening around, and everything is using AI in backend. So what we in cybersecurity see is that AI is a tool, right, which is available to the defender as well as to the offender, right? So both sides are going to use the tool and up the ante. And that's where the thing is, and it's getting more complicated because now every human is a target. Earlier, only systems were target. So deepfakes, we are already seeing voice cloning. So it is very easy to do social engineering and fool user that he's talking to someone he knows,
right,
and things like that. So it's going to impact much more on individual pockets than only to the systems and this thing. And that's why I believe cybersecurity is now everybody's responsibility.
So I'll come to that as to what are the options, what are the defenses available to people, and we'll take some questions also. And I'm reading this interesting stuff. There is evidence that AI models are capable of cheating already, which means they are getting that human beginnings of human intelligence, particularly when they perceive a threat of losing or when facing safety tests. Researchers at MIT, where you have been to, Kapil, they have found that AI models will misrepresent their intentions, manipulate situations, and even attempt to deceive humans to avoid being shut down. If you switch off the computer, but it's AI driven, it will try not to shut down because it is getting this, this sentiment that maybe it will not exist if you shut down. So it will try to bypass, it will try to cheat. This is happening, right?
Yeah, it's, see, I don't want to paint a gloomy picture, but yes, one thing is very clear that ultimately AI is learning from the data. So if you compare human, we are growing by the age, and models are growing by the data fed to them, right? More data you feed to them, the more they learn. And more they learn, the more autonomous they become. But I would say that if we take a lead and we start using AI, all of this can be managed. But yes, we have to, like I've been hearing since morning that there are a lot of concern about that AI is going to take over human and all of that. But please understand the domain knowledge is very important. Let's take an example. If I'm a good painter who understand the domain of painting, and if let's say somebody next to me does not understand painting, both of us using AI tool to create a painting, who do you think will create a better painting?
Who do you think will be a better paint using AI? The one who already does a good job of painting or someone who's just trying? Sorry? No, he said no,
both are using AI
two
tools.
human beings, someone using AI who's already an expert at painting and someone who does not know painting. That's
Someone
what.
without it.
Sorry?
Right? So
Exactly.
exactly,
That's what
that is where the point is, that a coder can use AI to code, but the good coder can use AI much better
Yeah.
to create a better code.
So whatever you want to do or you are planning to do or you're doing, be on top of the game, do it best, focus on it, focus sharply on it, and be the best, be an expert, be on top of it, then maybe you will survive, otherwise, AI will take your job. That's what you mean, huh?
So AI is going to help you achieve, see, in cyber security specifically, the big problem is that I spoke about the connected system data we are producing. Cyber security is one industry is already understaffed across the world. We have not enough people to handle the kind of incidents people are seeing. So there's no other way but to use AI to help us to make sense of the amount of attacks coming in and to respond them faster.
So what you're suggesting is that while there would be a lot of job restructuring, if you're a cybersecurity expert, you would always be in demand as AI keeps gaining strength and power.
Because cybersecurity is, unlike many other fields, is a game. Because it's not been played by one side.
So all of
It's
you
played by both
inclined
the
towards
sides.
computers, take note. Cybersecurity is one job which is going to be relatively secure. The other job is plumbing because AI is not going to do plumbing,
Like for example, for so many years we are using Google, right? There's only incremental changes in the algorithm of search, right? Because it's been so long, it's been used as incremental change. But in cybersecurity, everything is changing every quarter. New attacks, new patterns, everything is new. So as a industry stuff, because it's not only one side, it's both sides. AI is available to defender, AI is available to cyber criminals.
Right.
And both are going to use different models, different ways to attack each other and defend. And that's the reason why I believe the AI is going to be force multiplier in field of cybersecurity. It will help us a lot to really cut the noise and understand what's critical. And people who are right now handling trivial things, basic things, will really get elevated to handle the real stuff which is harming bigger things than a normal spam and things like that.
Like, tell me, so it's like people sitting here, someone is using a phone and gets hacked, right? Or in a typically integrated home, if there is a cyber attack using AI, or that simple, morphing of voice, like we keep hearing about people getting calls and they hear their daughter or son talking and saying, please transfer this much money. This is essentially use of AI in cyber fraud. Absolutely. What are the options available? Because I've seen increasingly police find itself helpless. Police just say register and please, thank you so much. They don't do anything.
So I think from a technology point of view, obviously there are many things which you can do. But as a layman, let's say, for example, if I tell this to my father, it's very simple, common sense, which everybody has to use, that anything which is putting you into emotional state, re-verify it. Re-verify it, call up and figure out. Somebody tells me my son is not well, immediately transfer them. I will rather recall before I act on it. Because...
No, if for example, their parents at home, their son or daughter has gone out, and then the cyber criminals know and they call, and in the same voice, deep fake, right?
Yeah.
And if the parents know that the son or daughter is out and they are calling and saying that I'm stuck somewhere and please transfer this money, how to make out? Like,
okay, so I believe transferring money. Again, what I would say, if something happens like this happened to me, I would rather attend to it through some other means, rather transferring money immediately, because anybody pushing me to transfer immediate money is in itself is an indicator that there is a challenge.
so essentially, for whatever AI the cyber criminals might be using, human intelligence still remains your best bet. right?
Absolutely, absolutely. We are, as the speaker before me said, that it's human who are creating an AI, and the restructuring of job will happen. Skilling will, like, for example, if I see my time when I was doing engineering, our major skill was who will find the right article, right reference book, and then study it. Today, my ninth standard kid does not need to, everything is on his laptop, everything on his mobile. The new skill which he has to learn is how to comprehend that knowledge which is coming, onslaught of knowledge coming to him, and figure out what is good, what is bad, and use it to the right use. That was not the case when we were reading. Even getting some book was a big thing. So it
For
will
5 days, you felt happy that you have a new book without even reading it,
Yeah. So now people are already giving apps where they will give summary of the book, right? All of that. But again, as Sir was saying before me from IIT Mumbai, that it is very, very important that we up our ante, we understand the domain much better, use AI to advantages, and I think we will be solving different problem 5 years from now. May not be the same problem because AI will solve a lot of trivial problem which are bothered with, which are doing it today, but we'll be solving bigger problems, right? As I was talking about that. In battle, we were fighting with swords, then we started fighting with guns, then we started fighting with aircrafts, and now we are fighting with drone. 5 years from now, we're fighting with something else with an AI. But eventually, what will happen is that the problem which you're solving will get elevated to the next level.
Right.
And with the use of AI, we'll be attempting bigger problems which can solve bigger humankind problem.
Okay, let me open the floor. Any questions come to your mind? You are talking to a cybersecurity expert, someone who's adept at handling, tackling, hacking, for example, not just hacking of a phone or a computer, but hacking of, company scale systems. Do you have any questions for him? How to leverage your understanding of computer systems to tackle cyber attacks, for example? Anyone?
Okay, sir, I'll ask one. If my phone is being hacked, how would I really get to know? I mean, is there some app that would tell me that, it's like some glitch over here or something? How would I get to know?
There are apps available, security apps available for mobile, which will give you immediate this thing the moment somebody is trying to do something which is anomalous in nature, and what kind of permissions it has been taking, what kind of data it is throwing. There are a lot of apps available, cybersecurity app. But if you don't have cybersecurity app, typically the indicators are your performance of the phone, what kind of apps are automatically coming, what kind of ads you started getting in. Those are the areas which you can, even without app, you can figure out. But otherwise, I would suggest that there are security apps which you can download on your phone.
All right. I have to read something for you, Kapil. Yeah. I was just going through it. A report from Microsoft has revealed that cyber scams driven by AI are on a rapid rise, obviously, and that's what we're discussing. Microsoft has said that it has blocked $4 billion worth of fraud attempts, stopping close to 1.6 million bot sign-up events every hour over the past year. AI has greatly lowered the barrier for entry of cyber criminals. Yeah. Now, which means these cyber criminals are real, like top-end geeks. I mean, they have to understand coding. They have to understand, next level of coding to be using AI in this manner. Or is it like anyone can do it?
Okay, Abhishek, I would not say that cyber criminals are some geeks which others are not. It's like an asymmetry, because think about a person who's defending. He has to be 100% at the feasibility or on efficiency level. He has to be always 100%, because one missed attempt is actually an attack. But cyber criminal will try 100 times, and even if he is success once, he is considered successful. So that's an asymmetry. So I'll not say they have technical geek. It's just that the asymmetry in the way everything else happens. I have to defend 100 attempts every single time as a defender. If I miss one, it's gone, right? But for them, they will have to just successful be once. 99 fail, nobody asks them any questions. For us, once fail, nobody understand what success we have done 99% time. But yes, AI as a tool, like for example, number one reason why hacking happens is that the initial payload get dropped using social engineering, using phishing email, letting know your passwords, giving you mail. Now, earlier, without AI, the cyber criminal used to try patterns and try to fool, which was easy to gauge. With no common sense you can gauge. But now with an AI, they're doing much more deeper understanding. They have the data about my Facebook, Instagram, everything. They know entire hierarchy because they can scan millions of systems using an AI. So they can figure out my profile much faster, and it is very easy for them to fool me. And that is where defenders are also building models wherein we can defend, and that's what Microsoft is saying, that even defenders are building AI models to onslaught it. Like, for example, login attempt, fake login attempt. So earlier, there are only few parameters a human can manage. But then now, with the scale of AI, even defenders can use multiple, but the core logic still defined by the human.
Right. I think we don't have any more questions, so I would, okay, you have a question. Quickly. Yes. Mike.
Thank you, sir. So you just talked about AI becoming somewhat sentient as data is more fed,
Sentient,
right?
yes.
Yes.
That's
So
the right word.
let's say cyber criminals, they are, being dealt with using AI, So what will be some of the contingencies of the AI? Suppose the AI goes rogue, like you feed a lot of data into it, the AI goes rogue. Or if the AI is manipulated by the cyber criminal. So what will some of the contingencies be? Thank you.
Okay, so are you asking me that if AI itself started this thing, or cyber criminal using AI and then that is getting rogue?
The AI also going
AI
rogue,
itself going rogue.
or either being manipulated, both.
Okay, so there are two different aspects. One, use of AI to attack or hack someone is one aspect. Second is cyber AI model itself being hacked and poisoned, right? So there are contingency measures. Let's say, for example, there are ways people are now building security models on top of it, where when AI learns, it's very difficult to poison them. Those security solutions are also building up, that what kind of prompts are getting in, what kind of data going in from sensitivity, privacy, and all that aspect, and what the guardrails of model. So there are cyber security people who are working on it, and they're improving it on day and day basis, so that AI doesn't go rogue. Now, use of cyber AI by a cyber criminal to do a rogue activity, there are also defender using AI model to detect those rogue activity. Right. So that's the balance which is there.
I can tell you, we are coming to the end of this conversation. If you want to really avoid the hassle of consulting a cybersecurity expert for your basic stuff like your computer system, your phone, your TV, just don't make your birthday your password, right? The easiest thing to do and easiest thing to hack. Understood? And not of your flames also, because that's also like the AI can read whom you are texting a lot. Thank you so much.
So for the student, I would want to say one last thing, that the time has gone when you start thinking there is a problem and we have a human thrown at the problem. Now you have to rethink that there is a problem and the machine will be thrown at the problem to solve that problem, and you are the one who will teach the machine.
Quickly, we run out of time, but quickly, Group Captain Bajpai.
Should I understand that all the cyber security hackers are necessarily cyber security experts?
Yes, sir. They are not just the cyber security expert, they also understand the domain where they're hacking.
Is that the reason we are having the shortage of cyber security experts?
I would not say it's because of that. It's primarily because there are two reasons for why we have a shortage of cyber security experts in defense industry. Because what is happening is, for hacker to become successful, he just need a laptop and a program, an internet connection, and he can do a lot of things. But for defender, let's say, for example, I am defending a power grid. Now, for me to really understand and get an experience to defend power grid, I need to have that infrastructure to be able to do it, because there are multiple aspects which I need to do. And that's the reason why you need an experiential platform to teach cybersecurity. It's not about coding. It's about also understanding the domain. And that's the reason why
that's why you need experts.
Can you help us to decode what type of cyber security attack was done by Israel during Israel-Gaza war when the pages got exploded?
Group Captain Vajpayee, we'll take this off stage because there is a cybersecurity angle in the Operation Sindoor also.
Just barging late. I was here only full time, so sorry, sir. Just one, two questions. What are the two things why I should, as a normal layman, should protect myself so that I don't get into? I've opened a bank account, so how to save? Just 2 pointers for everybody and for me.
So if
I
you
can be save myself from hackers. Like sir, he knows everything.
Sir, one thing again, I can say that the first and foremost one, he said, passwords
Acha, okay.
are very, very important. Number two, the devices you are using to do a transaction, make sure that they are not used for multiple other types of apps and all that. And verify before you do it. And I'm telling you, because being a cybersecurity, I will not say myself as an expert, but being this domain, even I was tricked once. And because I knew all the things beyond it, so I could get my thing back, and it was not very huge amount. And I'll tell you how it was, how it plays in a mind. I was in 2 calls simultaneously, and I was also guiding my son to go somewhere. In between, the call comes on my mobile, on one of my mobile, and it was telling me again and again that, okay, some transaction has been done, and I was cutting the phone. But after 5-6 calls, it's a fatigue which takes over, and you just picks up and speaking. Now what's happening is, generally my ears, or most of us ears, are tuned that some human will try to call me, he will speak and all that, right? It was a machine talking to me and telling me, you have done Zomato transaction in Zomato and of 10,000 rupees. If you have not done, send me an OTP. Now typically, my mind is saying, I have not done the transaction. Generally, they'll say, if you have done, then if they're saying, if you're not done, then give the OTP. And I gave the OTP. Despite of being this, because I was in 5 different things, and I did this. But the moment I did that, I realized, okay, this is something happened. And then I immediately, there is a process which I can tell offline, where you can call the cell, and then you can call the company, you can save the call record, whatever number from which call, OTP message, and then you register a case, and it.
So basically, one more trick is to have a cook at home, not order on Zomato.
Okay,
That we come to
main
the
thing
end
is,
of this conversation.
don't be emotional, don't react immediately, take a pause, conventional wisdom,
Right.
and then act on it.
Sometimes being conventional helps. On that note, thank you so much, friends. Thank you, Kapil.
Thank you, sir.